Hello everyone and welcome to this episode of the show. As you all have known, the past few weeks have been very tumultuous. And for regular subscribers, you may have been wondering, what is my take on the very many demolitions starting from Ikota in the island all the way to Abuledu and Festac in the mainland? And I've taken a lot of time to absorb all of it. And I've watched a lot of takes from different realtors and people in the space. And to me, the most important thing to me was I was not going to come into the front of a camera and blame people. I was not going to come and say it serves you right because people have lost livelihoods, people have lost their homes, people have lost their investment. So I was looking for an angle that is more empathetic to people. I was looking for an angle that is also a bit more solution-oriented out of the regular, go and do your survey. If you did not do your survey, you bought committed land. I mean, a very popular presidential aspirant, he talked about tempering justice, so to speak, with mercy. Because Nigerians are going through one of the most difficult periods. Multinationals like P&G have left, GSK have left. There is unprecedented poverty and hardship. Exchange rate is skyrocketing. As at yesterday, about 1,500 naira for £1. And in the wake of that, government comes and demolishes people's homes. And, I also went to the technical details of it. There was a particular set that was the Lagos state government being backed by this new environmental minister of environment, Wahab. And then there was the other set of demolitions by the federal housing estate, a national body that is responsible for federal housing. And in all of this, I was looking for the redemptive spin. I was looking for a spin that acknowledges wrong was done, but at the end of the day, tries to prefer solutions. I saw a video of a man that he said they tried to meet the government and say, okay, let's ratify this, but no respite was given. Was that the best solution to have been taken? Only time will tell. Was a particular group or segment or tribe, ethnic extraction, were they targeted? Because let's be serious and let's also tell the truth. Ikoyi Parkview Estate is literally sitting at a water basin. And I don't know if it was after the fact that people started complaining that the Minister of Environment went to Banana Island some few days ago for inspection. But you and I know that nothing is going to happen. They're not going to demolish houses in Banana Island. And even if they're going to do such, it's not going to be in the same wanton disregard and in the same scale as you had it at Festac or Ikota. But that's a different conversation, probably another video. I want us to go back to the basics because the document by which or that legalizes or criminalizes any form of land real estate transaction is our Land Use Act. And so many people that are buying land, so to speak, like it's so bad that so many people buy land and buy houses. Even realtors, and that was even me for many years, they have not actually picked up these documents to actually read this document. I'm going to be starting a series. We are going to be going through the Land Use Act, and we are going to be looking at each clause in that act. Because that singular document is what all of this is based on. All of what we are doing, all of real estate business, all of the developers, the realtors, all of it is premised on that document. That's the legally binding document as far as real estate is concerned. So let's take a step back to the beginning. Because if the foundation is destroyed, the Holy Book says, what can the righteous do? So I'm going to start from the part 1 of that document. And I'm going to give you a disclaimer right now. I'm not a lawyer. So I'm going to be giving you it's common sense approach and common sense interpretation, the layman interpretation. First of all, for knowledge sake, number one, and also for you to kind of understand, because sometimes these sort of policies can be arcane. They can be intractable. You cannot really explain it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to attempt to do. If so much so it can start up a conversation, that'll be some form of progress. Because it will start with a conversation to possibly reform and seeing that things go even better. Because this Land Use Act was actually instituted by a military government. And so, to me, I feel it's kind of crazy that we are in a democracy, over 60 years of a democracy, and the document that establishes how land, real estate deals are made is a document that was instituted by a repressive government, by a military government. But that's what we have. And so let's understand it. And so before you make decisions and before you do invest, you can understand what is the umbrella guiding all our affairs. So let's get into it. Land Use Decree 1978. Arrangement of sections. So the part 1 in the table of contents, it has four major areas. Vesting of all lands in the state, control and management of land advisory bodies, designation of urban areas, applicable laws for the interim management of land. 29th March 1978 is the commencement of this document. And it says, whereas it is in the public interest that the rights of all Nigerians to the land of Nigeria be asserted and preserved by law, and whereas it is also in the public interest that the rights of all Nigerians to use and enjoy land in Nigeria and the natural fruits thereof in sufficient quantity to enable them to provide for the sustenance of themselves and their families should be assured, protected, and preserved. Now, therefore, the federal military government hereby decree as follows. And the first clause here is, subject to the provisions of this decree, all land comprised in the territory of each state in the federation are hereby vested in the military governor of that state, and such land shall be held in trust and administered for the use and common benefit of all Nigerians in accordance with the provision of this decree. And maybe I'll just round up here because the time is fast spent, and probably I'll be taking each clause for each video, or as many as I can take, But this act gave so much, and would I even say undue power to the governor, even above the federal government. we're going to go down and it's going to talk about except land that belongs to the federal government. This particular clause gives so much power. And so it means The governor now has the right to give you a C of O. The governor has the right to give, except federal land, which was delineated, which was properly outlined in this act. But it gives the governor the right, and so that's why you see in a place like Abuja recently, the Minister of State, you can't really call him a governor, the Minister of State, he revoked people's C of O's, certificate of occupancy. And so the governor became a very powerful man. And how that affects the way things are done in the state is why you now see in a place like Lagos, developers are chumming bodies with the governor because he determines how your CFO is signed. So we're going to be unpacking all of the other clauses in this document. But for now, I want you to know the role that the governor plays and why we always talk about governor's consent and we talk about the CFO. Because these documents are very, very, very essential. And so, this is going to be a series, and we're going to be taking them in bits and pieces, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 at a time. And we're going to be unpacking them so that you can see the official document that's responsible for our real estate deals and the way real estate is done. We're also going to talk. We're going to reason together and look at this document and see the places where it is integrated. And also we're going to see the places where it's exclusionary and change can be made. And hopefully with more knowledge, because I think a huge part of the problem we face as a country is that people don't even know our constitution. People don't even know what is guiding how we act, our lives, literally. And so these policies, these acts, these laws can make or break you. So you should know about it. Thank you so very much for watching. This is the Ownahome.ng TV show. Here at Ownahome, we believe that owning a home, owning a property should not make you lose sleep. So we are committed to giving the very, very best property recommendations and inside the real estate stages. Thank you so very much for watching. Kindly like, kindly share, kindly subscribe, and I'll see you at the very next video. Bye-bye.